Our alarms blare at us at 6:30 every morning.
We fall out of our beds and stumble into our bathrooms, attempting to turn on the shower.
We get dressed, our eyes barely open, often putting on the wrong thing, and skip breakfast.
We try to fill our mugs with coffee to satisfy our addiction to caffeine.
We need it to stay awake and engaged.
At school, we sit in boring and unengaging classes, fighting our eyelids.
We drive home after 6 to 7 hours of school at 3:30 to our 4 to 5 hours of homework each night.
Most of us change and go to sports that don't even usually end until 5:30 or 6.
We attempt to scale the never-ending pile of homework, most of which we're frustrated with because our teachers haven't taught on the material, or the homework is utterly pointless.
We work most nights until 11 or 12 and crash into our beds defeated, only to be awakened 6.5 hours later by the sleep of our most hated alarm clock.
God, oh my God, my God, my God, my God! So if homework makes students feel so bad, why do teachers keep assigning it?
Teachers assign homework with the best intentions in mind. Many people think that there's a correlation between test scores and the amount of homework given. And since the U.S. is not ranked one of the top 10 in the global standardized testing, they think that more homework needs to be assigned so students do better on those sorts of tests.
When I interviewed some of my own teachers from Del Norte, they told me that they assign homework to provide good study skills and to make sure students know all the material they need to know before the test. Also, it helps them cover all the required curriculum.
We can sit around pointing fingers, but at the end of the day, we're still going to have homework.
Homework has many detrimental consequences to our students today. According to the world's leading psychologists, the average high school kid today has the same level of anxiety as the average psychiatric patient in the early 1950s. Homework is a major cause of this increasing mental instability. Teachers have assigned homework for as long as we can remember with good intentions, but it's just not cutting it. The National Sleep Foundation released a statistic that the average teenager needs 9 hours of sleep per night in order to be fully functional. However, less than 15% of teenagers actually get 8.5 hours. On our campus, 1 out of 80 students interviewed reported that they receive a healthy 9 hours of sleep on average. And how can we expect our students to stay awake in class, let alone absorb information and test well on it? Depression, anxiety, and obesity are also associated with sleep deprivation.
Because of the growing amount of stress and depression, kids seek an escape from their real lives of stress, school, and work. In an anonymous survey of 50 Del Norte students, 80% of them admitted that school stress and workload has influenced them to try or use alcohol or drugs. One teen said drugs and alcohol help him go to another place where I don't have to worry about my next test or essay.
Teachers keep piling on work in hopes to help us test better and be more competitive with other nations. However, many studies have shown that there's little correlation between homework levels and test scores. Finland ranked first on the last global standardized test. However, they have adopted a new model of schooling where school hours are shorter and homework limited to 2 hours at maximum. Homework once served its purpose, but now all proponents of rigorous loads are just outdated.
There are many ways schools could cut students a break, if only they were willing. In 2012, 168 school districts nationally moved to a 4-day week. Chattooga County School District in Georgia was one of those. They did not see change in test scores one way or another, but they did see a drastic increase in the engagement and happiness levels of their students. They also found an annual savings of $800,000. With students more focused and actually enjoying school, there's no end to what could be accomplished.
Many schools still feel that a 4-day week is beyond them and too drastic of a change. There are many other solutions to the problem of homework, starting with the limitation. Students are the ones affected by homework most of all, so shouldn't they have a say in what happens to them? We propose the formation of councils in school. Teacher-appointed students will be able to work with their teachers to create guidelines for the department to follow about homework. With the student's point of view taken into account, teachers would be forced to consider all aspects instead of just their class of a kid's life.
With the restructured homework system, students would have more free time to enjoy and express themselves.
They could follow their passions and do what they love. In the simplest terms, they could be themselves.
And that, my friends, is someone worth being.
Oh my God.